Bakugou and Kirishima take your 9 days demand very literally. They stop bickering entirely, but they replace it with competitive caretaking. Bakugou is aggressively making sure that you have brain food, while Kirishima is acting as a silent human food stall while you read. It's quiet, but the intensity is still high. How do you tell them that they can talk? They just can't argue. The argument started the way it always did, over nothing. You were sitting at the kitchen table, with a mug of tea going cold beside you, textbook open, highlighter in hand, when you heard it, that specific shift in the air. The kind that came right before Katsuki's voice jumped an octave, and Ijiro's patience ran out. I'm telling you, the left side is uneven. Katsuki's voice carried from the living room, with the kind of conviction he reserved for life or death situations, not furniture arrangement. It's literally centered, Katsuki. I measured it. You measured it with your hands, shitty hair. Your hands aren't a ruler. They're close enough. Close enough. The way Katsuki said it, flat, disbelieving, like those words were an insult, made your eye twitch. Close enough, he says. Like we're not looking at this every single day. It looks fine. It looks crooked. You turned the page of your textbook, even though you hadn't read a single word on the last one. This was Tuesday. Monday had been about whose turn it was to buy dish soap. Sunday had been about the thermostat. Saturday had been a 40-minute debate about whether the leftovers in the fridge were still good, which ended with Katsuki throwing them out and Ijiro fishing the container back out of the trash because he wanted to smell it himself and determine for himself. That one had ended with you stress eating crackers alone in the bathroom. You loved them deeply, stupidly, completely. Katsuki with his sharp edges and his even sharper loyalty. The way he noticed when he hadn't eaten. The way he'd stay up past midnight just to sit near you while you studied, even when he had early training. Ijiro with his easy warmth, his laugh that filled rooms. The way he always remembered exactly how you liked your coffee and made it without being asked. You loved them, but they were going to make you lose your mind. And another thing. Here we go. Don't here we go me. I've been holding this in. Your highlighter cap hit the table with a small deliberate click. You stood up, walking into the living room slowly, the way a person walks when they are choosing very carefully not to run. Katsuki was standing with his arms crossed near the bookshelf, jaw set. Ijiro was across from him, with his hands on his hips, brows furrowed. The bookshelf between them looked perfectly fine. Obviously, it had always looked perfectly fine. They both looked at you. Something in your expression made them go very still. Oh, hey, babe. Ijiro tried, and his voice was already doing that careful, gentle thing it did when he sensed the incoming consequences. You held up one finger. I'm going to say something, he said very calmly, and I need you both to hear it. Katsuki's arms tightened across his chest, but he didn't speak. I have listened to the two of you argue every single day this week about dish soap, about the thermostat, about leftovers that I watched Ijiro eat right out of the trash. Don't look at me like that, Iji, you absolutely did. And now, about whether a bookshelf that is clearly straight is somehow crooked. He paused. I have a midterm in 9 days. I have not finished a single paragraph of reading today. Eaten 4 crackers for lunch because the last time I went into the kitchen, you were arguing about dish soap, and I lost my appetite entirely. We weren't that loud, Katsuki said. You looked at him. He looked away first. That almost never happened. So, here's what's going to happen, okay? You are going to stop right now. You're going to stop arguing in this house. You're going to stop dragging me into it with your noise and your energy. Or you're going to leave. Both of you. You will take your arguments outside, wherever you want. I don't care. A parking lot, a field, the surface of the sun. And you will not come back until it is resolved. Completely. No tension, no agreeing to disagree, and still being weird about it. Done. Finished. Only then do you come home. Silence. Ijiro's mouth had opened slightly. Katsuki was staring at you with an expression you couldn't quite name. You're serious, Ijiro said finally. Get out, you said. Katsuki blinked. We're not. Get out. And they did. He watched from the window as they stood on the front step for a moment, both of them looking lost, before Katsuki said something and started walking. Ijiro found to step beside him. He went back to the kitchen, making a fresh cup of tea and reading 4 chapters. They came back 2 hours and 40 minutes later. He heard the door open, heard them take their shoes off, quietly, both of them. And then they appeared in the kitchen doorway together. Katsuki had his hands in his pockets. Ijiro was rubbing the back of his neck. They looked slightly windswept and faintly sheepish, which was a combination you had genuinely never seen on either of them. The bookshelf is fine, Katsuki said. He admitted it himself. Ijiro said immediately. I said it was fine. That's different from... It's the same thing. He closed your textbook with a deliberate and hurried motion and looked at them. They both stopped. Sorry. We're sorry. We didn't realize how much we were arguing. Katsuki was quiet for a moment, and then... Yeah, it's not fair. You looked at them both for a long moment, and then you sighed. Come here. They crossed the kitchen and folded themselves around you, Ijiro warm against your back, and Katsuki pressing his forehead to your temple. 9 days. Let me study for just 9 days. Yeah, Katsuki said quietly, and Ijiro pressed a kiss to the back of your head. Deal, Mayan. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And thank you for keeping up with my voice. Bye bye. Love you guys.